tonight. We've got a great feature. We've got Terry Miller and Greg Rex that are going to be leading that training with some great guest speakers. So you guys, looking forward to seeing you next week on this call. And now for you that are staying on this call, you give you 1 minute to just kind of stretch, take a break. But at first I'm going to introduce who our hosts are tonight. Integrated Presidential Director Doug Wood. Doug, are you there?
Hey, Dr. A, I am here. We're going to have a great night tonight.
It's great. It's a great night. And also Integrated Presidential Director Amber Smithson. Amber, are you there?
I'm here, Dr. A. Thanks for having me on. Excited to get going.
I can't wait. I love what's happening. It's a great opportunity for all our new coaches to really sense and feel the opportunity to really start on the right leg. You know, the first 10 seconds is what creates an impression. Hopefully for all of those of you that are joining us tonight, the next 45 minutes will put you in position to truly understand the full power of Take Shape for Life. So make sure you get a pen and paper and take notes and start right, be fully present, and help us get America and then the world healthy. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. A. Well, Amber, we're going to have some fun tonight, right?
Oh, yeah, always.
Absolutely. Well, on behalf of, I guess, everyone else, I want to reintroduce myself. My name is Doug Wood. I'm a certified health coach and integrated presidential director with Take Shape for Life, and welcome to Starting Point. And for some of you, this may be your second week. And what we have found is that this training and what Amber and I share with you tonight and really go over the key fundamental basics to really assisting you to get off to a fast start. We found that it's best and until you really are supporting about somewhere between 7 to 10 clients, what we're going to teach you tonight is really going to help you start off, really the best way. I was looking in the chat earlier, and a few of you have said, I only have 1 or 2 clients, and I say, that's amazing. Congratulations for assisting 1 or 2 people on their journey to optimal health, and you're exactly in the right shoes, or actually in the right place, to join us tonight. So Amber, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you, and you tell a little bit about yourself, and then maybe we'll just dive into it.
Sounds good to me. So my husband Jared and I, we started health coaching about 7 years ago. And, a lot of you in the chat saying, oh, I only have 1 or 2 clients. A lot of you have been on one of the Take Shape for Life health plans, probably for a little bit at least. But when we came in, we became clients and coaches at the exact same time. So we had a little bit more of a learning curve, but it was totally doable. I loved how simple everything was. So Jared and I hopped on the 5-in-1 and got our coaching kit at the same time. And the cool thing was that Jared had weight to lose, but I didn't. But I really wanted to get the full experience. I wanted to make sure I knew what my clients would be going through on 5-in-1, and really just kind of, I wanted to know all of that. And ever since, we've been ordering from our health coach every single month. We get a full $300 order for the 2 of us. And, we've utilized that, the full Take Shape for Life program, the 3-in-3, ever since. And one thing that I can say is that that's really put us in a good position for optimal health. And, even 6 months ago, I had a brain tumor and went through brain surgery. And one thing that my doctor said was that he was so impressed at how quickly I was able to bounce back and recover. And he said for sure that our healthy lifestyle that we've learned through Take Shape for Life has been such a huge contributing factor for that. So super grateful to be here.
Amber, exactly. Mine and my wife's story, Tia, is just a little bit different. About 6.5 years ago, after trying everything, I was desperate to lose weight. And luckily, I found out about the program on Facebook. We're going to talk about that a little later on in the call because I'm so thankful to social media, because that's how I found out about Take Shape for Life. But I went on to, T and I went on to lose over 100 pounds together, but I actually became a coach for accountability because I knew I wasn't going to ask someone else to do something I'm not willing to continue doing myself. So Amber, just like you, wanted to continue living optimally healthy. And I found that this program and coaching others has been so meaningful, but also now to be able to assist so many, to be full-time coaches. There's just so many rewards that we offer here, obviously it takes shape for life. So how about we dive right into it? I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and And here we go. So, Amber, I love one of the best things that we always love to do is start off by hearing from a couple of coaches that was just in really everyone else's shoes. And so, Amber, do you want to bring on the first guest that can tell us a little bit about their journey? And also, we're going to go back and they're going to revisit with you a little bit on if they could start over as a coach today, what would they do differently, or what would they tell themselves today, which they're now telling you and assisting you to get started. So Amber, go ahead.
Awesome. I asked Bonnie Cialua, and she's a regional director and a fully integrated business coach on our team. And she's just been coaching for a few years. And I asked her if she would just share a few things she wished she would have known when she first started. Bonnie, are you there?
I'm here. I am so excited to be on tonight. This is kind of cool. I was just thinking back 2.5 years ago when I first started coaching, what I wish I would have known. And it's all coming to the surface now. I just wish that, I'll just kind of give you a little break. My health coach is my sister, and she has 5 kids, and she doesn't really go after it. I guess I should say, like with coaching, I love her to death. But when I first started, I just thought this was kind of a dinky little thing on the side, to be honest. And I was just kind of getting on little Facebook things here and there, just doing little bits here and there, little one at a time things. And I had no idea what this was. I had no clue. And I think it was I kind of studied on my own. Like I would just kind of read little manuals from Take Shape for Life, and I just kind of was a little go-getter on my own. And so I heard about this, and I became ED really fast on my own, which is lucky. I don't know how I did it, but I heard about Go Global. And so I met Amber Smithson for the first time, who is my sister's health coach. And I met her at Global, and she's like, you can meet me anytime. And I'm like, I can? I had no idea I could go above my sister. I had no clue, and ask her questions. And so I always just saw Amber as like a celebrity, and I had this huge concept that I did not want to bug her. And now looking back, having health coaches on my team, it bugs me when people say I don't want to bug you, because that's not the case at all. You can bug me anytime. That is like the coolest thing. Like, so don't ever like you're bugging people, and you can plug into mentorship above your coach if they're not going after it, so to speak. If you want to go after it, then reach out, find out who that person is. If the person above you isn't really wanting to do that. And I wish I could go back and tell the coach I wish I could go tell the coach back then, just the changes emotionally and mentally, and not so much with coaching, just the amazing changes that I have gone through as a person, and how amazing that is. So it's hard to describe. So just keep going, because you will evolve into something that you will never even have dreamt you could evolve into.
Well, Bonnie, I love how you just described so many things, but really how Amber introduced you from the very beginning to team coaching, which is why we're really here tonight, because so much of what we do is together, and, really offering that support to not just you, but to our clients. And we get to just jump in with both feet. And I just love hearing your story. Congratulations on all of your success. And now knowing what you know now, wow, how many lives are going to be changed because of it. Well, the next person I'd like to bring on is Mike Morenz. And Mike's been coaching about 1.5 years. But Mike, I'll let you tell your story. But Mike, if you could go back and speak to your former self, maybe 1.5 years ago, when you and Summer were just getting started, what have you learned since then now that you would maybe suggest to the newer coaches on the line that are here tonight?
Well, I would go back to myself and, dude, get over yourself, right? And I know you're excited. Okay, just chill. Let's slow down a little bit, Mike, okay? All right, now take a deep breath and listen. Listen to these folks. Step into their world. Listen to their hurts, their pain. When they say they want to fit in the skinny jeans or they want to drop like 5 pounds to go ride a bike faster, okay, dig a little deeper and ask some more questions and then listen again and continue to listen. And that is hard. It's really hard to do because it's so easy for all of us. We're in the middle of life change. So many of you right now are dropping weight. You're seeing your clients drop weight, your friends and your family. And man, it's so exciting. Woo! Oh my gosh. I can't wait to tell everybody. And, verbal vomiting, we talk about that a lot. It's easy to do that. It's just so easy. So that's what I would do. I'd go back to myself and say, all right, ask a question and then listen and then answer the question based on the way they answered, not the canned response that you have going on back here that's going to help guide them to sign up or whatever. And listen to their heart, listen to their pain, listen to their hurts, listen to what they want, what do they desire. And that is probably the biggest thing because it's so easy for our minds to begin all this chatter and all these things and la, la, la. And that happened to me. I didn't have a weight loss story of my own. So I didn't know exactly how I was going to reach out to all these folks, but it happened because I'm equipped. We have simple systems. Follow those systems and work through that. I would also tell myself that. It's simple. It's easy. It's just consistency all the time. Stick to it and you will see what happens. And lastly, but not least, I would say, dude, go to the convention. I know you can't afford it, and I know you don't think you can get there, but you can. And I really step back and look, I really wish we would have gone. We were invited to go, and we were considering coaching, so we weren't coaching yet. And I just can only imagine where we'd be if I would have went to the convention, because there's something powerful of being in that room of like-minded people in the same room. It's a contained area, and there's so much energy in that place. So I encourage you, if you're on the fence about that, you feel like you can't make it. If you were listening to Gwen a little bit ago selling plasma, I mean, I don't know if that's the best route, but hey, she made this happen. And if you desire this, then make it happen and get there. So that's kind of how I would talk to myself.
Mike, thanks so much for sharing. And yeah, so many different things. And we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight, about really what a quality share looks like. And actually, that's where your coach will model that for you. Because we ask the questions, and I saw somebody in the chat said, well, what are the questions we ask? We'll cover those. Amber's going to cover those a little bit later on. And of course, we'll talk about convention as well too. But so many just good things. And thank you to both Robin and Mike for sharing a little bit tonight about getting started again. So Amber, what do we do while we're waiting for this health coach kit?
Well, the first thing that you can do while you're waiting is don't wait for it to arrive. There isn't anything magical in the health coach kit that you're not going to open it and find 5 clients and be a senior coach. The clients don't come in the kit. But I love that you can just get into action right away, just simply by plugging into your line of mentorship. Figure out who's going to help you with getting started. It might be your sponsor. It might be some other coaches that are in your line of sponsorship. But that's the best advice I have.
Yeah, most definitely. And actually, I'm going to go back there because it is. Sometimes we think, I wish I could see everybody right now, Amber, but I can't see them all. But I tell you what, I for some reason, most people think that when they order their health coaching kit, but it makes sense because when we all ordered the program and got started, we waited 7 days till we could start. So why would health coaching be any different? And that's what we're here to share with you over the next 25 to 30 minutes, that everything in the health coaching kit, just like Amber said, that's going to support the clients that we're going to assist you to really start over the next week, hopefully. So really, what's possible? And what's possible is the first 30 days, there's a couple things that we and your health coach is now going to become your business coach. And just like Amber was talking about, either your business coach, or maybe it might be someone like Amber in your support team that's going to reach in and we're going to support you to help you and assist you to start your first 5 clients. Now, Amber, we might as well go ahead and just tell them the good news. If they follow the steps that we're going to lean out over the next 20, 25 minutes, Take Shape for Life does pay us pretty well for starting 5 clients. Isn't that right?
It's true. Honestly, I would do this for free, and I did, and before I found Take Shape for Life, so I was pretty excited when I found out they actually paid us. So here's just a quick rundown of, let's say that your first goal is to get your client acquisition bonus and assist 5 people to health in your first 30 days. That's a pretty common goal for a new coach. And this is what you can expect if you had 5 clients. The money that you would make would basically be about a little over $400 after getting that extra $100 client acquisition bonus. So that's a pretty nice return on your investment, seeing as though it only costs $199 to get going.
Yeah, I'll say so. And especially, we got to think that, not maybe think, but I want to make sure everyone understands that Take Shape for Life is paying you for the service that you provide to your client. We know that a new client gets started, and we'll talk about which pack to get them started with here in a minute, but we know that they get started. And obviously it has their fuelings in there that they're going to eat 5 times a day. It's going to have their habits of health system. And then the other third and the best component is you, the health coach. And that's what Take Shape for Life is paying you for. And like I say, if you follow our system here and you do that within the first 30 days of assisting 5 people to get healthy, Take Shape for Life is also going to give you a $100 client acquisition bonus for doing that in your first 30 days, which is pretty cool. So I love Take Shape for Life for so many reasons, and Mike laid it out so well. But really, Amber, it comes down to sharing and caring, and probably missed asking good questions rather than telling. Did you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I loved what Mike said about it. There's a saying that says slow is fast. This slowing down can actually help you accomplish more, and to know exactly what your potential client candidates want to accomplish with their health is just take a few extra minutes and to ask them really what it is that they're wanting to accomplish, and how that would feel and what that would mean, not just to them, but to people around them. And that really shows that you care as their health coach, that you're not just selling and trying to, get them to buy something, that really this is about a full program where we're going to help them accomplish lifelong goals.
Yeah, it really is. And there's so many rewards in doing that. And one of the best rewards is your coach will model this for you. So if your coach has probably been a key part of your journey so far, now we really do it through an apprenticeship style, to where you can hear your coach ask these questions. Amber, if you were asking me, which I kind of wish you would, but I'm going to go ahead and answer the earlier question. Doug, if you could go back and do anything all over again, I thought that I needed to share the program on my own and that I didn't need my coach to model it for me. I went back to him, I think at about 17 conversations later, and I said, Calais, I've shared the program with like 17 people and nobody is signing up. And he just politely scratched his head. He was so nice. He's like, I'd love to do a couple of these calls for you to show you how we're really not selling the program, Doug, but you're sharing, and it's based around what a client, really wants. And Amber, maybe we'll come back to who do you know, but do you want to just talk a little bit about the value of 3-way communication?
Yeah, absolutely. This is it's such a good tool for us to utilize, because a lot of times I think coaches will be resistant somewhat because they're worried that, I want my friend to know that I'm an expert. At least that's what was my hold up at the beginning. But what I found is that when I utilized the 3-way calls and had one of my mentorship people on there with me, they actually edified me. They said, Amber's great. Amber is constantly learning and wanting to be a great health coach, and you're lucky. You'd be lucky to have her. And so it was good all the way around, that I was learning how to offer and to really better help my clients, but also as being edified by my mentorship team.
Yeah, for sure. And by doing that, Amber, obviously one of the biggest questions that all of us, well, I was going to say new coaches, but actually earlier today, I had somebody private message me on Facebook, shocking, and said, hey, Doug, how much does your program, UNT a Coach for, cost anyway? 6.5 years later, people are still approaching me with the how questions. And you maybe have already heard it too, and that's why you became a coach. You know the program's working, and you're going to hear, if you haven't heard already, you're going to hear the common questions. How much does it cost? How does it work? How long will it take? And here's the best one. How does it taste? And all those are really good questions, but we know is none of that matters if we don't know why they want to get healthy. And actually, this right here is what separates you and Take Shape for Life from anything out there. And it separates you from being and I'm just going to go ahead and say it, Amber, from being a program or a weight loss promoter to a professional health coach. Because what happens is when we begin to ask, tell me a little bit about your health now and where you want to be. What that does is it's not a send me to your website. We're beginning to draw out the questions, like Mike was saying, to where we can listen to find out what's most important to them. So then we can apply the program to your potential client. Now, here in a couple minutes, we'll give you an example of some of those questions, what that might look like. But Amber, would you just touch on really, I mean, I think I kind of did a little bit, but would you just add a little bit to the power of three-way communication?
Yeah, it's very powerful. And just to go back to what you said earlier, that we are paid to support our clients. And that honestly starts at the very beginning in our client candidate call, that we're finding out why, because we want to help them to be able to focus on that as they're going when there's bumps in the road. But one of the biggest reasons why we do three-way communication is for you to learn and for your friend to understand what this program really is about. So it's almost, I say that you earn while you learn. And that's a really awesome thing that you can do, is have help in learning as you go. You're already finding clients and assisting people on their way to health before you might not even know everything that you're doing. You might still be a little bit new and not sure and getting your feet wet. And that doesn't have to hold you back at all.
Yeah, absolutely. And by doing that, really we're able to apply three-way communication, like Amber was saying. So really, you as the new coach can learn, and you can hear the questions that your coach is asking. What that might look like is usually these type of calls are done through a Zoom, just like this, video chat, or a phone call. And what happens is, after you do this a few different times, you begin to develop a skill. And the nice thing about these calls is whenever that person is ready to hear about the program, usually this can be arranged. Obviously, if since your coach is going to be involved, sometimes you can just shoot them over a text and say, hey, I'm here, at my kid's school, and my friend Jane wants to hear about the program. Are you available? And I'm going to tell you how to invite your friend. Let's just say her name is Jane, to that call here in just a second. But those calls can happen anytime, or they could be set up to, 9 o'clock tonight, tomorrow morning, or anything like that. And of course, what that invite looks like. So what will it look like? And this is where we can begin to ask curious questions about their health goals. You can offer a simple conversation to explore ways you and your health coach can help. You can share the value of your health coach's experience and share your enthusiasm of why making a three-way connection is important. If it's important to you, it will be important to them. Now, one thing that I'm always reminded of is, and that I love to encourage you as newer coaches. And Amber, I think everyone only gets to play the new card the first couple of months. So enjoy it while you have it. One of the best parts of being a new coach is that you get to say, when they ask you a how question, I don't know. I'm a new coach and I'm just learning the basics. I would love, though, for you to talk with me and my health coach, and together we can see if the program is a fit for you. Amber, you want to touch on that?
Yeah, and Doug, I want to say that even if you have been a coach for a while, maybe you're not new, you don't have that new coach card. Here's just a little tip for you, is continuing education. I love to help coaches who maybe they want to brush up on their skills, to just say, you know what, I'm doing some continued education, and I would love if you could help me out with it and hop on a video chat with my health coach together so that we can explain the health program for you. So continued education is always a good card in the quiver, I would say.
It is, because, you know, as Robin said it so well earlier, that really everything we do, especially in the beginning, but actually I said especially, but the farther you go as a health coach, you will find that we coach together. It's not a, here's your coaching kit and good luck, or you don't need us anymore. In fact, the coaches that are growing the fastest, earlier on this call, maybe you heard the globals, the newer globals share. And what all of those have in common, because I know them all personally, is that they have drastically leaned upon their health coach and their support team to team coach. And so we really, if you find me, you know, maybe you're thinking to yourself right now, gosh, Doug and Amber, are these three-way conversations that valuable? And there's a reason that I shared with you 10 minutes ago about how to assist your first 5 clients in your first 30 days. All the coaches that are moving the fastest and that do that utilize, a majority of them all utilize their support team to assist with that three-way conversation. So I just wanted to share with you guys a few more common scenarios. Some of you guys I know like to screenshot these and like the what ifs. I don't like to get too scripted here. However, it is nice to know when you get the how much does your program cost anyway question. Well, that really depends on what you're looking to accomplish and what your health goals are. Is there some time that we could talk with my health coach? We'd like to hear what's important to you. They can explain the program, answer your questions, and then we can see if it's something you might be interested in. Do you see how just answering the question like that versus, oh, here's some info, or send them to your website, which Amber will cover that when we don't here in a couple of minutes, but how you can see how just taking away the how and really setting them up to what our program is about, which is setting up time for a why, really a why conversation to find out what their health goals might be.
Yeah, and I would add to that, Doug, that sometimes a new coach, they get nervous when they get that how much does it cost, and they think they need to answer it right away. And I love that how you said that really depends on what your health goals are, and that's true. You really do need to know what their goals are. You might not be putting them on the 5 and 1, even though probably 95% of the time we do. A lot of times you really do need to hear some situational things to make sure that would be the right fit for them.
It really is, because what we're doing is we're taking our potential client, and I just like to call them a client because if you're a health coach long enough, I'm going to go ahead and say they all become clients eventually. It's kind of the who's going to hold out the longest. Are you going to be a health coach forever, or are they going to just finally cry uncle and say, okay, I want to do your program? But you got to think these people are coming to us in an oscillating world, a confused world. They've tried everything. Their Facebook news feeds is littered with gimmicks and different things. And I'm not going to mention anything by name, but what we're doing from the very beginning is we're actually taking them out of that. How much does it cost? Just can you give me some quick info? That's the problem. They've made so much of their life about cost and so much about quick Google info that they've lost the whole meaning to what does your health actually mean to you? Who's depending upon you to be at your best? And just some of these things that your health coach can model for you to really slow down the process and really ask the right questions. We better move on. So some of the things that you'll be hearing your health coach ask are, what are you looking to accomplish in your health? Why do you want to get healthy? And then when they say, because I just want to look better in your clothes, and you can add on describe to me what that'll look like. When was the last time you felt good in your clothes? How will your journey to health affect the lives that you love and that maybe love you? What will life look like when you're there? What does a typical day right now in the life of Amber look like anyway? Have them describe their life. How's your sleep? How's your energy? It takes them away from it's just physical. Amber?
Yeah, no, it's so important to really dig in a little more deep, like Mike was saying, and to really separate ourselves out. Like you said, this is a grassroots movement, and for really, if we want to change the health and the life of Americans, we really have to take people by the hand and say, let's go together, not just sending a website and having someone purchase something.
Yeah, most definitely. So part of what's getting a client started right, and your health coach will model this for you, is understanding what's best for our clients. We're the professional. And if you're feeling, you're saying to yourself, Doug, no, I'm not. I'm still waiting on my kit. Your health coach is the professional. And really, one of the best things that you can do is starting a client off right. Correct, Amber?
Yeah, I am a believer in starting every client with the optimal pack. That it just has 30 days of the favorites. It has their education materials, and it's all just a one-click ordering type of a scenario, because I love stuff to be simple. And I don't want to spend all day trying to put together this customized order and trying to figure out if someone's going to like brownies or not, because it's really not about that. And so it's very helpful for both the health coach, for their time, and for the client, because they know that they are getting the favorites. They're going to try it out and customize on their own the next month. And that's a duplicatable system for when they become a coach. They're going to know, oh, well, I started with the pack and I was fine. And that's just something that can go on. So not just sending your website and having someone purchase, really assisting them to be able to just get that optimal pack.
Well, Amber, I love that because, I've heard of coaches doing that. I mean, sitting there going line by line, do you like this, and click on this. And what that does is you're putting too much focus on the food. And if right now you're kind of like, what's wrong with the food, Doug? I'm liking the food. The food's working. It's fuelings. Okay. So let's replace food to fuelings. Okay. We're learning to fuel our body. And what we want to do is take our focus and shift it from where we're going and where we want to be. And remember, the tool are the fuelings that's going to get us there. Chances are with the optimal pack that has the most popular items in it, like Amber said, we will find some items in there that they love. They can, return some things that they're not exactly in love with, but most people keep a few spares on the shelf, just like y'all right now probably have something in your pantry you don't exactly love, but hey, there's always Wednesday night might be, leftover night, right? You always have those things available, but we want to get clients started the right way. And us as health coaches, we know what's best for them. And you know what's best for them, and what's best for them is the optimal pack. So we definitely strongly encourage you to do that. And when someone makes a decision to get healthy, we always assist them in facilitating their first order and never just send them into website land and say, hey, here's my site. Good luck. That's one quick way for them not to end up with the optimal pack and their internet maybe go down in the meantime, huh, Amber?
It's so true.
Well, Amber, it comes to that part of the night here as we wrap up over the next 10 minutes about really understanding the power of your story. And Amber and I are just going to give you a couple of scenarios about understanding your story. And you might be like, well, what's wrong with mine, Doug? And there's nothing wrong with it, but it's always evolving. We got to remember, a couple of weeks ago, you were just a client and you just wanted to get healthy, and you're well on your way. And in fact, maybe last week you were referring some friends and family of yours to your health coach, and you're just talking about the program. You're excited about it. Sure, talk to my health coach. I'm doing Take Shape for Life, and it's great. And all of a sudden you ordered your kit, and now you're a health coach, and I want to prepare you that tomorrow when people bump into you and say, wow, Amber, you're looking great. What is this program? I've seen more coaches from time to time go, I'm a health coach. And all of a sudden we freeze. And I just want to encourage you, as this happened to me, to really know your story, own your story, and understand that it's unique to you and how it can better someone else. So here's my story. Someone bumped into me when I was well into my health journey. It's about 40 pounds down at the time. And a guy walked into my furniture store about 6 years ago, and he goes, wow, Doug, you're disappearing. And I said, wow, well, thank you so much. Finally found an amazing program that worked. In fact, my wife and I just became health coaches, and now we're helping other people do the same as well. Why is that, Greg? Do you know of someone that's looking to take their health to the next level also? See how within 30 seconds, I told my story. I thanked him for it. I told where I was at. I gave value to what I was doing. I'm now a health coach. I'm now helping other people. And I went in and asked a question that didn't say, Greg, you could use the program. I was just, why, Greg? Do you know of someone else that's looking to take their health to the next level? And he goes, well, actually, yeah, I might be interested. Amber, I know your story is a little bit different since yours wasn't the same in the beginning. You want to touch on that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I loved about your story, Doug, that, you know, you conveyed what was going on and how your life had changed and you were excited about it. And then your question was, it was very indirect. It was, hey, do you know someone? So I love that about what you shared. For me, you know, I usually will touch on the fact that I lost weight. I lost 35 pounds over a dozen years ago. And it was really about the health for me. And I caught that bug of helping people because it was just so fun for me to figure out, like I cracked the code for myself. And now I'm helping people as a health coach. And I have this awesome plan where we don't just help people lose weight, but it's education and taking someone by the hand and saying, let's go do this together. And we have customized meal plans that are super simple because my life is crazy million miles an hour. And so that's, you know, that's why I do this. It's really about, it's about creating freedom. It's about helping somebody on their path. And I loved your question. I'll usually ask them something very similar to that. Like, you know, do you know anybody who's been looking to get their health in line? And it's just that easy. I think that that's such a good lead in, though, to end with a question. I loved how you did that.
Yeah. You know, and just a couple tips for everyone before we move on here and wrap things up is that know where you're at in your story. Be fiercely proud of your story. I don't care if you're just getting started. I don't care if you've been on program for a year. Know your story. Own your story. It's going to speak to someone, or you know of a story that will speak to them, and share it with enthusiasm. I'm 6.5 years in, and hopefully you can hear my heart. I lost 65 pounds on this program, and I feel amazing. I literally feel amazing. And never lose the joy of what your story is going to mean to people. Mike, who was on earlier, fully integrated regional director, never lost weight on the program, didn't need to, but guess what? Mike has a unique story because he had a passion to help other people get healthy. He just finally found a tool that could assist other people through Take Shape for Life. And so wherever your story is, know it, know where you're at in your journey, and also don't be afraid to share it because it's going to speak to somebody. So what we want to do now, I'm going to share my screen again. We're going to go back to really who do you know. I want to take 60 seconds here in just a second. We'll start the clock here in just 1 second. I want us all to think right now of 3 to 5 people who could use the program, okay, or have maybe already been asking you about your success on the program, or maybe some of these how questions. They've asked you how much it costs. They've been hinting. I want us to think about who are 5 people that you can think of right now. Let's stop and actually write down their name or put them in your phone. We're going to just wait about 30 to 60 seconds. So go ahead and think right now, and let's go ahead and put pen to paper on about 5 names, okay? Amber, do you want to go ahead and go into really the power of how to set up? Well, we already covered how to set up the new the call, but really where to go next now that we've discovered who these 5 people are.
Yeah, definitely. You know, one of the easiest things to do is to either pick up the phone or to text somebody and set these up. And it's as simple as just like what Doug went over earlier is I'm a new health coach, or share your story first, especially if it's over the phone. Share your short story. Don't go on for 20 minutes, right? Be focused, be passionate, and share what's going on with you, and ask for a favor. You know, will you do me a favor and get on this call with me and my coach so we can share with you a little bit more about what's going on with my life, and you might know someone that this could help. Just like when you're sharing your story, it's as easy as that. You can text this, you can Facebook message, you can call someone right up, right when you have your coach on with you on a Zoom. Just be like, hey, see if anyone's available now. Honestly, they're either going to be available or they're not, and you can set it up for a later time.
No, I love that, and that is the power of really getting into action. You know, Amber started off the call with, there's nothing magical coming in our health coaching kit. Really what we've shared with you the last 30 minutes, are the action steps. It's inviting these 5 people who we've just identified to this call through the action steps that we've shared tonight, and Amber just kind of reiterated. And my challenge to everyone tonight is to do this within the next 24 hours and to have these calls set up within the next 24 hours. And if you can, complete at least 2 or 3 of these 3-way conversations by Wednesday evening. I promise you, you will be so glad you did. And then after each call, your coach will probably want to, it's good to debrief each call so you can hear and talk to your coach a little bit about the questions that your potential client had. And then you could talk a little bit about how he applied or she applied the program to that client's needs. And of course, we'll come back next week for next steps. Next week, we will be expanding a little bit more next week into a few different things. And Amber, you want to close us out with a couple of bonus tips?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the cool thing about this business is how you can fit in your work time into the nooks and crannies of life. And so I love these pictures. Be ready to start a client anytime, anywhere. I always keep a pad of paper and a pen in my purse or with me. I have my phone. You can put in an order. If you don't have a computer on you, you can call in an order. Like literally, it's so simple to help somebody get started anytime, anywhere. And one other tip is social media is amazing. Doug started us off saying that he was so grateful for it, and I am too. It's a great way to build your business. But here's the thing, is sometimes you have to make sure you're doing it right. Get those 3 to 5 calls in with your coach. Get some good practice under your belt so that you are knowing how to share correctly. And don't just throw up on Facebook. If you're going to put something up, really involve your mentorship and let them help you to create good posts that come from the heart and don't turn you into that telling and selling type of a person.
Yeah, Amber, that's so true. And really, like Amber said, just work with your business coach on that. And last but not least, Mike, I'm so glad you mentioned it. I'll never forget 2 years ago, you almost came to Anaheim Convention. And I know you've shared ever since, like, man, if I would have known what I know now, I definitely would have been there. I just want to invite all of you coaches on the line tonight to join us in Austin. And we're going to have our once a year 2016 National Convention from July 21st through the 24th. And the cool part is that as a new coach, if you became a new coach in the last 30 days, you get special discounted registration. And we're getting pretty low on just a few spots left before we are sold out. So we would love to invite you. You can really hear the heart, the vision of Take Shape for Life. Amber, I don't know about you. The first time I heard about convention, I'm like, I don't need to go learn about what's inside all the fuelings and how the food's made. I mean, I was thinking health convention, that we were going to go learn about what should go on a plate or dissect Dr. Ahab's health. It's quite a bit deeper than that, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I was the same way when my mom, who's our sponsor, told us, you guys got to get to convention. We literally were like, no. We just flat out said no. And I'm glad she didn't just stop there, but she really helped us see the vision of going. And I thank her every single day of my life that she really postured convention strongly. It was the best decision we made.
Most definitely. Well, everyone, it's been a complete honor to just be with you guys tonight. Amber and I, we just have a strong passion to see coaches like yourselves get off to a fast start and really just implement and just hop right into action. And so congratulations for being on. And Amber, you have any closing words?
Yeah, just do it, right? I think that's a slogan already, but jumping in with your coach and just getting a little messy because it's fun. It's not even like work. I feel like I haven't worked a day in my life in 7 years since I became a health coach.
Isn't that the truth? Well, with that said, good night, everyone. And last but not least, recordings will be up tomorrow morning in Office in Motion. And so actually probably within 24 hours, this recording will be available. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you.
See ya.